All right, this is what happens before your ex comes back. So I want to get right into it. Don't want to waste your time. The first thing that needs to happen, and what happens in the situation of them getting back together with you and all that, they notice that you stop chasing and pursuing them. So their mindset is of one, oh, this person is going to chase me. They love me. They're putting me up on a pedestal. It's not that they think these things out loud, these thoughts out loud. It's a subconscious feeling coming from you. And at the end of the relationship, more often than not, like up in the 90 percentile, they know you want to continue the relationship. There's a lot of begging and pleading that does happen on average. So when you finally do stop, it can take a few weeks for them to even notice. But when they do, it's very, very impactful. So they could be partying, they could be going out, which I'll talk about later. They finally realize, man, I actually haven't heard from them in a while. And it will hit them. And they might not even really sit and ruminate on that, but they'll just go, huh? Because they'll realize, okay, I haven't heard a single text message. No. And I used to hear from them all the time. So that disruption in routine is also going to be there to really help you. And they begin to wonder, why aren't they chasing me? What's going on? Where have they been? What have they been up to? And this will get them to, again, wonder. So remember, the ultimate goal is for them to wonder about you, to be at top of mind. The indifference is your enemy. You don't want them to be indifferent if you truly do want your ex back and you want to work things out. So again, they'll wonder what's going on, where they've been, and it will make them wonder and make them think. And this speeds up the relief stage, right? So the 3 stages of no contact is relief, curiosity, and reconciliation. And some people say there's more. I say there's 3. But relief is the longest and most just grueling stage, right? Because they're very hot and cold, especially if you're in contact with them. That's why I say go no contact. But if you're in contact with them, things can be so confusing. They want you there, then they don't, so they're leaning, and always remember this, guys, they are leaning towards one end of the spectrum of breaking up with you versus staying with you, right? So if their decision to be with you is on like a spectrum like this, right? One side being breaking up and one side being totally in and enamored, and this is usually where they start when they fall in love with you. Over time, it's gone from this to more than halfway to this side. So it's going to take them quite some time before they actually, get back to this side of the spectrum, and getting them to wonder will kind of push them this way. And again, your energy, you'll see, I'll talk more about that. It's important for them to realize, it's important for them to know that you're not just going to bend over backwards for them. That's why when you do no contact and you show them, I'm not going to chase you, I'm not going to pursue it, it's showing them that you have character. It's showing them that you have balls, that you have spine, even for the ladies that are watching, of course, right? Because people that have self-worth and self-respect are never going to chase somebody, especially for an extended period of time, that doesn't want them in their life. They know this. By the way, quick interruption. If you guys do want coaching or any kind of help, it is in the description box below in the Stay in Store link, and I'll see you guys there. They really don't want you to be unattractive, okay? They actually do want you to be an attractive person, and they want you to continue being the attractive person they know you are. And that's why when they lose attraction for you, they're kind of cold and mean, because it's going to get you to go into a sort of a wake-up call. Because let's be real, the issues that are in the relationship are still there, okay? The issues that the things that they're feeling, like the negative energy and the distance, the anger, whatever it is that's being caused here, that's still there, okay? And it takes quite a long time for them to get out of that mindset and get out of that feeling, and that's the ongoing feeling, and that's again why no contact is so important. But going on to the next point here. Actually, sorry. A big one is they realize that the breakup isn't all it's cracked up to be. The partying and the single life isn't really fun, and they do miss being in an intimate relationship. So there is nothing like a really good relationship, right? Where you guys have a routine, but not a boring routine. Like you guys, are actually enamored with each other, have fun with each other. And again, that's what a relationship is supposed to be about, is having a lot of fun and just sharing your life experience together. And people forget to do that, right? But when you break up, yes, it does seem fun in that moment and like it's a good idea. And that's what is going through their head. Oh my God, it's going to be so great being single. I'm going to go out and have fun. But when you don't, like when you expect that and it doesn't happen, because, especially as you get older, friends aren't so available like they once were. Some people have kids. Some people have obvious responsibilities like good jobs, careers, and hobbies and stuff like that. That just, and plus going out just kind of gets old. Like once you get older, you just, it loses its allure. But they're going to realize that it's not really that fun. Like, especially after a few months of it, right? I've gone through this personally where I broke up with a girl and I went and I did have fun during that period. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I did have fun, but it gets old. It just gets old. You want to connect. That's part of being human, is connecting with people. And when you don't, over time, and the last person they connected with was you. And when they don't connect over time, you're like, okay, something's missing in my life. And of course, the last person they were with was you. So they bring you up, right? And obviously, guys, I want things to be different this time. Like I said earlier, the negativity and the issues that were there that caused the breakup are still going to be there if you don't work on yourself. So of course, we're going to talk about that later on. So let's say they have somebody lined up as well. Going into point number 2, extended. Let's say they have somebody lined up, right? Sometimes you'll go out with someone and they're still in another relationship where they're coming out of something and they're just emotionally raw and not ready to give. Relationships are about giving, and they can't give to you properly. Well, what now? So maybe they had this person lined up. They break up with you thinking it's going to go forward. And the other person says, nah, you know what? I got to slow down. I'm not ready for it. I've seen this a million times when a rebound relationship happens. And then, as more time goes by, they're like, shit, you know what? It kind of sucks being single, like I said earlier. So they're expecting to get into a new thing. They want to be available for it. And then now they're alone and they're lonely at night, thinking about you, thinking about the routine, thinking about how lonely they are, whatever it is, how you guys used to watch movies. Again, they need to wonder. They'll start wondering. So when they do, that's when they want to send that text, especially at night or in the morning. Some people experience morning pain when it comes to breakups. For me, it's nighttime before bed, right? All that. But they again realize that it's not all cracked up to jump into a new relationship, to be in this new thing without, maybe and this is going to lead them to think, maybe I made a mistake jumping the gun too early, leaving you. Maybe I should have talked to you about these issues a little bit more before I left. And again, leading into the next few points, let them go so they can experience life without you. So that kind of leads from point 2 to point 3 is a lot of people don't want their ex to actually experience pain because you love them, right? They need to experience the loss of you and what that means, the routine. And again, the things that you used to do for them that they really love. Sometimes maybe it's a back rub at the end of the night. Maybe it's dinner. Maybe it's wine. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that. They need to experience it. They do. They have to. And I know how much it hurts to let them, like, there are so many people who've done coaching calls with me that they want to be a white knight savior for their ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend. They're like, he's a drug addict. He's a gambling addict. He's this, he's that. He's got BPD. He's a dismissive avoidant, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, okay, great. But that doesn't, what's that? How does that help you? Okay. Yes. Being aware of that stuff is cool, but like they need to, again, to wonder about you, right? They need to go through all of these things in order to miss you and experience the loss of you, the routine loss, and not getting those text messages and lovely things from you. And it's really going to drive that needle or the screwdriver, whatever you want, into their heart. And you don't want them to hurt. And you'll chase so they don't hurt, but they need to hurt. Okay? Remember this from the video, that they need to hurt. They need to feel lost. They need to feel pain. Pain motivates people to do things. It's a part of life on purpose. It was designed that way, in my opinion. If we don't experience pain, we don't learn things. Human beings are retroactive in nature, not proactive. Okay. And think about how many people die a year from heart attacks, right? Eating garbage food and smoking and all that stuff that's bad for you. And they still do it every single day. So they need to experience the loss of you and showing them that you can live without them. Okay. So this leads into point number 4. Is going to move mountains. Okay. It's going to take them a while to notice, but which can be discouraging, but it's so powerful when you stick to it. So once they know Kyle doesn't need me anymore. Wow. Right. I've literally heard that, not in that exact sentence, but my ex tried coming back to me. Exes, plural, have tried coming back to me because they're like, you know what? That guy tried. He really loved me. And I loved hard when I was young and didn't know any better, right? I was a hopeless romantic. I loved being in a relationship and just being in the mix of what that meant. And I know a lot of you guys do too. I know that. So, but I started what I did too, which was a big mistake in my 20s. I'm in my early 30s right now, is I put the relationship on a pedestal and above my own goals and above myself because I thought that was the romantic thing to do. So I was only showing these people that I was with that I needed them through daily actions, me texting all the time, putting in more effort than them all the time, etc., etc. So again, it will take them a while to notice because the routine, again, they need to feel the loss of the routine. They need to feel the loss of the wonderful messages and all that stuff. That's why no contact, again, is so important. And give it time. Let them hurt. Let them burn. It's going to take a while. You're hurting now, too, more than they are. I'm aware of that. You're hurting now, but they hurt later, okay? When they do come back around, put up some resistance. So this is point number 5. This doesn't mean you are cold, but you are slow and steady, meaning like, remember that you are a valuable piece of energy. God, the universe, whatever it is you subscribe to. And human beings value scarcity, right? And if you are so easy to manipulate, oh my God, come back right now. Some of you guys are going to be like, okay, and you'll eat the shit sandwich, right? They're not going to value you. So if you give yourself over to them so easily and quickly, they will not value your energy. This kind of behavior makes you very attractive if you don't give that to them. If you just give yourself over, oh my God, please take me back. And they're like, okay, you know, they're going to know that first of all, you didn't make any changes from the actual relationship part, because that actually still has issues in their mind, but you haven't grown as a person. They know you can't grow overnight and be better and be stronger and be more love yourself more, right? They want to be with somebody who is attractive. During the course of the relationship, they lost attraction to you, sexual attraction, emotional attraction. So they just don't want to put in that energy. Okay. They want to be with somebody who's attractive, somebody that knows their value, and you running back without time and thinking about it only shows that you're desperate and needy, and that desperate and needy is not attractive. It's just not. They're never going to look at a desperate, needy person and go, oh, give me some more of that, unless and if they do, they themselves are in a lower state of consciousness, fear, right? That kind of thing. And guys, so I'm going to leave the video off with this. All these things are going to happen before your ex comes back, and you need to do these things. But valuing yourself is never going to be a negative, okay? Valuing yourself is always going to be a positive thing, no matter what, if your ex comes back or not. And so many, I know it sounds so corny, but so many people don't do it. So many people don't value their energy. And I just want you guys to value your energy and value yourselves and love yourselves and all that stuff, okay? If you want coaching, it's in the description box below. Make it happen, guys. Done.